You won't believe what happened at Lincoln Elementary's field day last spring. A mom, let's call her Linda, showed up looking like she owned the whole place and ended up losing way more than just a race. Yeah, that happened. Let me back up a sec so you get the full picture. It was a crisp Saturday morning, the kind where every parent's competitive juices are flowing. Lawn chairs lined the sidelines, banners waved, and phones were out, ready to capture every second of the kids' relay race. Linda's daughter, Mia, was finally running anchor leg for her fourth-grade team, her first big race, and she had been training hard for weeks, early mornings, laps around the neighborhood, the whole deal. Mia was nervous, clutching her baton like it was a fragile glass sculpture, but you could see the fire in her eyes. Then there was Karen. Let's call her that, the platinum blonde HOA queen bee, with her designer clothes and her attitude to match. She strutted onto the field like it was her personal runway, ignoring everyone but barking orders at volunteers, correcting announcers, and glaring at kids she clearly thought weren't good enough for her precious daughter. Brooke, who was racing right alongside Mia. Karen's eyes locked on Mia with this sneer, like Mia was nothing more than a prop in her trophy display, and that toxic smile she gave Mia. Yeah, you know, the one, the kind that makes your stomach twist. Mia looked down, shrinking, but held her ground because she's tougher than she looks. The race started. Mia ran like a wild storm, fierce and determined, passing Brooke with every step. But Karen, she lost it. She stormed the track, shoved past volunteers, and grabbed Mia's ponytail mid-run, yanking her back hard enough to make her stumble and fall. The whole crowd gasped, phones dropped. Whispers spread. Then Karen kicked Mia, right there on the track. Can you imagine a 10-year-old on the ground, and Karen towering over her like some nightmare queen? Linda saw red. She didn't hesitate. She charged at Karen, tackled her to the turf, and what followed was a showdown no one expected. Linda grabbed Karen's bleached hair, dragged her across the grass, ripping off her designer belt in the process. Karen screamed, spat insults, but the crowd fell silent. Nobody moved. Not a teacher, not a parent, no one. Because suddenly, this wasn't about a kid's race anymore, it was about justice. Then came the humiliation. Linda forced Karen to crawl, yes, crawl across the same track where she had just assaulted a child. Mud stained her pristine leggings. Her perfect hair was tangled and wet, and the crowd watched in stunned silence. Some filming, none intervening. Even Karen's own daughter, Brooke, stood frozen, arms crossed, refusing to help. Linda held up Karen's HOA badge like a trophy and snapped it in two, then crushed it under her boot. She stomped on Karen's reputation as the woman crawled, whispering venomous truths about the abuse of power and entitlement. Karen's world crumbled right there on that field. The twist, Karen's own husband, who had been standing silently the whole time, finally spoke up, not to defend her, but to disown her publicly. "You embarrassed this family for the last time," he said flatly, then walked away without a backward glance. The crowd held its breath. Karen was left alone, broken, humiliated, stripped of every ounce of control she thought she had. Mia, bruised but unbroken, was helped to her feet by her mom, who whispered words of pride and strength. That day, power shifted. Karen didn't fall with fire or loud protest, she fell with silence, with shame, with the weight of a little girl standing tall and a mother who refused to back down. Now, here's the question for you. Was Linda too far? Was crawling on the track justice? Or just another form of cruelty? Should Karen have been allowed to humiliate a child in the first place? Drop your thoughts below, because sometimes the line between right and wrong is blurry, but a mother's love, that's crystal clear. So tell me, what would you have done if it were your kid? Would you have let it go? Or would you have made Karen crawl too? Let's talk.